Here I am in Greenlawn, Long Island, at the workshop of Bill Maguire, restorer, piano technician, who's going to describe the current state of the Weber Duo Art that he acquired recently and has done considerable amount of work on it. And he's going to give you a tour of it and give some ideas about what might need to be done further or not.
Okay, this is a 1918 Weber upright piano. It's approximately 53 inches tall. And this piano was completely restored. I was told 15 years ago, I estimate 15 years ago. And I believe it was Tom Hundermark who did the restoration based upon some business card stock that I found, that he punched gaskets for the valves out of. And Tom was one of the best duo art restorers in the New York metro area. The piano part is partially restored, not fully restored. The bass strings, the bass has been repinned, and these are the original strings in the tenor and treble as well, and original tuning pins here.
I wasn't aware that you could retain the original strings. I thought if you were repinning, you would replace the strings at the same time, but what's the story about that?
Well, sometimes the original strings are better, I believe. Mm-hmm. You know, you just twist the strings, mm-hmm. and that seems to any corrosion or anything might be in the windings. That seems to liven up the tone mm-hmm. quite a bit. I mean, perhaps some improvement can be made with quality bass strings, new quality bass strings.
If you were going to replace strings on the bass, what is your opinion of the treble strings as they currently stand?
Well, I suppose to improve the tone up here, I'd want to check how well the hammer mates to the string, how level the strings are, and also the bearing on the bridge.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot there that you have to know.
And perhaps new wire would be more resilient mm-hmm. than the original wire, which is now, I guess, 1918, almost 100 years old.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, it could benefit from new strings. Mm-hmm. My favorite wire is Roslau, which is German-made tenor treble wire, mm-hmm. and I like GC bass strings, but there's lots of opinions and a lot of people capable of making great bass strings. Yeah. Mapes. You know, a lot of people like Mapes. I'm not an expert on all that stuff, but this is a massive steamboat pump. And it's the 1/4 horsepower motor, so it's the big motor with the big pump. So very, very powerful, and as you can see, it's a full duo art. It's got
wow,
pretty much everything. Where my Stroud over there might be 2/3 duo art, something like that. And the player works very well. I'm still in the process of adjusting it. The zero level is pretty close to where it should go, but on the test roll with the first run, you know, I have where's my book over here just to refresh my memory. It's been a while, but it says, you know, the first run of notes with the sustain pedal should play clearly, but then without the sustain pedal, the second run should maybe skip a note here and there, and that'll let you know that's like the bottom zero setting, and then also there's the theme adjustment that I have to do after I'm done with that, and there's a lot of so many adjustments.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to play a roll on this.
Before you do that, Could you just run across these levers and how they work? These different hand controls.
Well, this is let's see. This I have on concert, which is it uses like the full dynamic range of the instrument, and this will if you put it on mezzo forte over here, that cuts down on the loudest passages, and pianissimo will cut down. We'll just make the range even smaller, the dynamic range, and dance over here. Now that's
I wondered about that.
That's full blown. That gears itself more towards the loud side. And
in other words, it changes the way that the pneumatics respond to the coating.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Wow.
This will, like, if you want to, you're at a dinner music, or you want to have conversation, maybe these quieter settings would be good. But if it's all the attention's on the piano, then these other settings would be ideal.
So concert is probably the most accurate of the.
Yeah, that's why I have it set to.
Yeah.
And these are manual expressions. This I believe that one of these is if you want the bass to be the theme. I forgot which one is which.
Yeah, I know. I get those confused too.
You want the bass to be the theme. You can manually do that, and if you want the treble to.
Well, does that override the expression that's encoded in the rolls, or do you know?
It will. I mean, what's coded in the rolls is gonna do its thing too, but I don't know. Geez, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting. And now this thing, I know this little dial thing. I remember working with Randolph Hurd. He just felt it wasn't very helpful. But what does the little dial thing do? This
is the accompaniment level.
Yes, I wondered. Okay.
When you twist this, it raises the overall volume of the entire.
Interesting.
Of the entire piano.
Mm-hmm.
And it also doubles as a tempo.
Yeah, I know, right, yes, that's nice. You can grab a hold of it.
And this, of course, is the play and rewind, and it says silent over here, but if you have it in the silent, it's just the roll's going to advance, but it's not going to play anything.
Right. Okay, well, this is real. So you see, this is very interesting to me. I didn't know about all these little controls.
What is this? Oh, I forgot. This makes the theme. This makes the theme louder and softer.
Okay.
All right. The theme is generally where your melody is, or where what you want to stand out.
Mm-hmm. Now, just a second. Okay. All right. So we're going to be recording not only on this poor little flip video, but hopefully on my Zoom 2HN that has better sound. And I've asked Bill to play one of these Gershwin recuts that I brought along.
Okay. Let's see. I'll try to look at the tempo.
It's a little slow. That's better. Yeah, I think. it's very funny about this. It may be the roll itself, but it seems, I can hear the theming is happening and everything like that, but it doesn't seem to have much dynamic range. And I'm not sure whether that's the roll. And that was true of this other Duo Art player I played it back on in Windsor, Connecticut. I just don't know.
Yeah, well, we have other rolls over here. I have.
Yeah, it might be.